So today is the third day in a row that Boo has been here for dinner. I just gave him some food. It is a mix of wet food, dry food, and additional water. I also put some herbal tincture in there, and the herbal tincture is an anti-parasite tincture, antibiotic, antifungal, again, just in case he needs any help with healing that hair loss area on his head. I don't see a scab. I don't see any kind of bruising, or I don't see any blood, but it is weird. It does look like it's growing back in already, but I don't know, maybe it's just lighting. Maybe I'm just used to it now. Eat your food, Hydrox. Come here. Eat your food. And here's Hydrox. He's eating on the other side of the patio. I'm keeping them separate because I don't know how well they get along, if they get along at all. Hydrox is eating the same thing that Boo is eating. He also has herbal tincture in his also. It's only 2 drops for a cat. The herbal tincture is anti-parasitic, so it helps against worms of all kind if he has any. And here's one member of the audience. And here's the other member of the audience. So right now I am sitting here probably like 4 or 5 feet away from Boo. I'm far enough so that he's comfortable, but I'm definitely close enough so he knows I'm here and I'm not a threat. So I'm just going to sit here for a while he eats, so he gets comfortable with me around. So he finished eating his food, and now he's walking over to the cat area under the house. I fixed those mats yesterday, so now they're neater. They're not in a bunched up pile anymore. He's going to sit there and clean himself. And then he's going to hang out. Maybe we could play with a toy. Hydrox is still eating his food. He left for a little while, then he just came back. So I get a lot of comments on this channel from people that say these cats are too clean to be feral cats. I don't know, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I understand that some feral cats might have a hard time with things, and maybe they don't have a lot of time to groom, but these cats, they always groom themselves after they eat. And if a feral cat has someone who's feeding them and giving them water, then they have a lot more time to groom themselves because they're not always hunting for prey. So this is what a feral cat looks like when they're grooming themselves. Well, now he's just sitting there, hanging out. Now he's a feral cat loaf. And this is what he looks like today. He's not looking too good. I mean, he honestly looks worse on the video than he does in person. This close-up is not doing him any favors. He doesn't look this bad in person. He just looks like he has like some fur missing from between his eyes. So Boo's just sitting here hanging out. He's been closing his eyes. He looks like he wants to take a nap. See him close his eyes? So he looks like he just wants to rest, take a nap. Maybe he feels safer because I'm sitting here. He obviously must feel comfortable with me sitting here because he's closing his eyes. If you thought it was a threat, he would not be closing his eyes. So I'm gonna just hang out here on the patio for a while. I want to get some stuff done. I want to clean some stuff up, so I'm not just gonna sit in this chair right now. It's probably like 7:15 p.m. And there goes Boo closing his eyes again. So this is a catnip pouch. It's basically just a small envelope with a few, maybe like a teaspoon of dried catnip in it. Then I seal up the envelope, and last summer, I gave these to the cats to play with in the yard. They enjoyed playing with it. They could just basically chew it up and then get to the catnip eventually. Just instead of having a bunch of weather-beaten cat toys in the yard, I just thought these were economical, and you know, once they chew up the paper, you just throw the paper out and it's biodegradable. So I'm gonna give this to Boo right now, and maybe he'll enjoy it today. There's Boo. Maybe he remembers that. Right now, I'm squatting down here. I'm probably like 3 feet away from him. He's not far from me at all. He keeps looking for Hydrox, because Hydrox is probably in the bushes on the other side of the patio. I don't think he's there though, because I just walk that way. Well, aren't you gonna play with your catnip? You don't want to play? You don't want to play? You just want to rest? Okay, we'll just rest. And just hang out and rest. I guess he wants to just lay under the house right now. And here's the audience. Hello, audience. It is now 7:45 and Boo is eating some of the dry food out of the automated feeder. I am going to perform a little experiment with this feeder. What I'm doing is I'm putting it away just because pretty much the birds have been using it as a bird feeder and there's bird poop everywhere. So I'm going to put the feeder away for a little while. I'm also thinking that will help Boo and potentially also Hydrox interact with me more, because if there's not a machine feeding them, then they have to come to a person for food. And that's what Stella and the kittens did all last summer. This automated feeder did not go up until the middle of September because I was going away for a few weeks. Prior to that, the only time they got fed was when they came to the back door or when I gave them food. So he's gonna eat this right now. So I gave Boo his little packet of catnip under the house where he was hanging out. And he's having a really good time with it, rolling all over it. He was also playing with that little fish. He keeps an eye out for Hydrox, like he's always looking to see what Hydrox is doing. I think they have this patio split up territory-wise, that Boo gets this half of the patio and Hydrox gets the other half of the patio. That's the way it seems to me, because Boo's always on this side, Hydrox is always on the other side. So I've decided that I am going to give Boo this scratcher. This is the scratcher that was hanging on the door inside. The cats had a really good time with the other scratcher. But Boo looks like he wants to scratch on stuff. So I'm going to put this under the house where it's not going to get wet. That way the cardboard will stay good and he can continue to scratch up. So there's the scratcher under the house. I just have to get him to use it now. He's hanging out here under the table. When he saw me come out with the scratcher, he like ran up to me like, what is that? Okay, it's 8 o'clock now, and I just took out this treat bag, and I swear Boo already recognized it as a treat bag because he pretty much came within a foot of me to get his treats. So I gave him some treats. Now he's back to eating the rest of his food. He's been switching between the food that I gave him on the plate and cleaning out the rest of the food in the automatic feeder. He pretty much ate everything that was in that bowl. And now he's finishing off the food here. Okay, he's gonna check out that scratching pad. Let's see if he scratches it. He's been looking for stuff to scratch. Notice he's cleaning himself again. Cats are very clean creatures. The feral cats keep themselves nicely groomed when possible. Okay, so I just shut off this feeder, so it's not going to dispense any food. I don't want to leave it out here just in case the raccoons get really angry with it and want to tear the bowl off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this into my garage. It's going to sit there while I conduct this experiment. I want to see what happens with Boo and Hydrox if there is not an automated supply of food out here. I know with indoor cats, if I keep the automated feeder going inside, it's really hard to make any progress with Splash. I make much more progress with him when I feed them by hand myself. So I want to see what's going to happen out here. I hope they don't get into a fight over food. I don't think they should, but you never know. Now, if I go away for a weekend, then the feeder will obviously come back out. I think Boo just got comfortable there. There's also 2 other toys hanging off of this lounge chair. He really likes that ball. See, now this lounge chair, this was all about location also, because this lounge chair was on the other side of the patio and Boo was never using it. And then I just moved it to this side of the patio and now he's like all over it. So a lot of times with cats, it's just where something is. See, that's what I want to see him doing. I want to see him start like rubbing up against stuff, like kind of like marking his territory, like what Stella and the kittens started doing last year. So that's how I know he'll feel like he's happy here and he's really comfortable when he starts walking around the furniture and, you know, doing what cats do, rubbing up against everything. Now he's checking out the cat condo. This was outside last year. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Check this out. Now he's at the back door and there's Stella and Simba. I think Splash is back there too. And here's Boo. Hey, Boo. This is the audience in the window. And here's Boo. Okay, so just to recap, what I did today is I took this cat condo. Last year, this was outside in the patio, pretty much in a similar location. Then I brought it inside recently. The cats don't like using it inside, so I just brought this back outside to see if Boo would like to use it. I gave Boo the scratcher from inside also, just to see if he wants to use that. I moved this cat lounge chair from the other side of the patio where he was not using it to this side of the patio where he has been using it. And I took away the automatic cat feeder, which has been out here for the past 10 months, since the middle of September last year. Doing this as a test to see if he will want to interact with me more. I also fed him. He ate that big bowl of food as well as a bunch of dry food that was in the feeder. And he ate treats. And now this is where he's hanging out. It's starting to get dark. I want to run to the store before it closes. The stores here close at 9:30 and it's already like after 8:30. So I'm gonna have to go inside and leave Boo out here with all of his new stuff. Okay, so I was just feeding him a few more treats and he came like right up to me. He was like within 6 inches of my foot. And then when I went to put some more treats on the ground near him, he touched my hand with his paw. It was like a very light smack. He didn't have his claws out or anything. I don't know if he was trying to play or what, but I'm just documenting this as I go along.